I am Internet Personality Gonzaki, and this is the Cannibal Connection podcast, where we eat your face.
For dinner.
Mmm,
Sweet.
teriyaki face meat.
Thanks for
Introduce
joining.
yourselves.
What if I don't wanna?
Good point. Moving on.
I am yourself.
I'm Felicity, because I'm awesome.
And of course, I'm Eddie as per usual.
Okay, I have to clear up some misconceptions. No one in this podcast is awesome.
Hey.
Gen's not awesome.
Works for me.
It's one of those little matter-of-fact things. Yes.
Well, as a matter of fact,
As
As a matter of
we have
fact,
an
I
Eddie in
think
this
I
podcast.
am awesome.
My mom says I'm awesome.
Everybody's entitled to their own wrong opinion.
Your mom said I was awesome last night.
but anyway, moving on.
Interesting. Yes, moving on. Everyone loves Valve. They made Steam. Everyone loves Steam because it's Steam. And we were talking not too long ago about the Steam box, the upcoming tiny little box you put behind your TV, and then you play games off of Steam on it, and you have a grand old time. And Xi3, a company we would have never heard of were it not for the Steam Box initiative, has announced its Xi3 Piston. You know, Steam, pistons, big things, yes. So everyone, this was also the prototype machine that was shown when they were talking about the Steam Box. So everyone thought this was the Steam Box, and pretty rightfully so. The problems with this thing were that the specifications were terrible for the price. It was $1,000, and it was not an impressive piece of tech at all. And people were going, well, if this is the new Steam box, I guess we're not going to buy this thing. And we were actually going to talk about it until Valve came out to claim no involvement in the product and say that it is not a Steam box. And then the CEO of Xi3 blamed the people reporting on this thing for making it up that it was a Steam box. Now, like I said, this was the thing they showed that they said was a prototype. This was it's called the Piston. It looks like the Steam box case design they were showing off for months. And yet, reporters are to blame for making it up. I'm annoyed by this. Because there's no reason to buy it. Like I said, terrible price, bad specs, and now we know it's not even a Steam box. Shame on you, Xi3. Shame.
Shun the non-believers.
Shun.
See, when you advertise it as so, people will start to believe it, and then you freaking just try
That's
to
the thing,
play
they didn't
blame
even
game.
advertise it as a Steam box. It's just, I think they were trying to use the whole Steam box fad to sell you a piece of crap.
Well, here's
well.
the thing is I'm looking at an article from Eurogamer dated January 9th that says what's inside the Piston Steam Box prototype.
Exactly. So it's not the reporters' fault. The reporters were just going on what they were told. And if it wasn't a Steam box, they should have said that. It should have at least put it in the fine print at the bottom of the ad. Like, by the way, note, this isn't a Steam box, even though we're trying to sell it to you as a Steam box to make a bit of extra money by selling you some toot.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to take a turd, polish it, and sell it.
Yep.
There you go.
Sounds like Activision's plan.
Talking of selling a pile of shit, though not really, Tomb Raider. The big fuss with Tomb Raider is that it was highly optimized for the AMD, the higher ranged AMD cards, and Nvidia has finally got around to producing patches so that their cards can run it more efficiently. And I don't see I want to bring up the question: should we even allow this? Is this ethical to make it so that, because you've got half, I'd say about half the PC gaming community uses AMD cards, and the other half uses NVIDIA cards. And what game designers will do is they will let one side of the equation in to optimize this game for their card, leaving the people who I don't even care about the profits of the other company. It's all about the gamers. The people who, let's say, NVIDIA were to get in and they were to optimize their drivers for this game and completely shut out, not allow AMD to get a copy of this game to do any optimizations. Then everyone who owns an AMD card is getting shafted in the first couple of weeks of this game being out. And should we allow this? Does this even sound like a sound business model? Do you want to buy games from people who do this to you?
No, not really. I would think that by not being by not being so inclusive or exclusive to a certain one card over another, is it makes more business sense because you're reaching out to more potential customers than just one half of the equation. It doesn't make sense. And again, you're going to take off you're going to take off your consumers, which is not something you should
Exactly.
never
You're
do.
going to tick people off, but I think the reason they take this risk is because even if your graphics card isn't optimized for it, you'll still be able to play it. You'll just have to play on the lowest settings, or you're going to have to deal with crashing. It's not like the game becomes unplayable, it just becomes an annoyance. So yes, you definitely tick people off, but you're still going to end up selling your game to everyone. And
You know what that means for me? Since I'm on the wrong side of that equation in this sense, I'm going to play it on my Xbox. And by play it on the Xbox, I mean borrow it from a friend and not give them my money because it's crap. That I don't get that experience on my PC. And it's one of the games I wanted to purchase on my PC.
I got a better idea instead of doing the whole going from with friends. Because, I mean, with a friend, yeah, sure, you're not spending any money at all. But why not Redbox it for a night or two?
Because none of the red boxes around here will allow me to do that because they don't put games in them.
yeah, the red box in our Walmart does. They had it up right on the thing. It's like, Tomb Raider is out. Come here and rent it. And I considered it because I like the game, but I borrowed it as well because if they're not going to if they're going to pull this kind of crap, I'm at least not going to buy the game until I can actually play it and get the best experience possible. And at worst, I
Exactly.
might just not buy it at all because Tomb Raider for me didn't have any replay value, so I played through it and I'm done. I don't have to play it anymore, so they kind of lost out on a purchase on me unless down the line I feel like picking it up for $3 in a Steam sale. Speaking of Steam sales, though not really at all, God of War Ascension got some controversy its way. They had near the end, you're fighting a Fury, a big female spider-like thing, and after killing it, people noticed that they were getting a trophy entitled Bros Before Hoes, and of course people thought this was very stupid, and even more people seemed to think it was misogynistic, and there was enough outcry that they changed it to Bros Before Foes. Now, I think everyone involved here is on the wrong side, and I will explain what I mean by that. I think the developers were stupid because that was childish. That was stupid. That should not have been there. You're trying to make a serious game where you have me as a Spartan warrior beat the crap out of this Fury, and then you're going to want to go, bros before hoes, right? And it's also the fault of and they need to be held to this, like Adam Sessler and other people that reviewed the game and jumped on this because they didn't say why you got the trophy. They made it seem like you got the trophy for beating the Fury, and again, that's not entirely their fault because they thought that, but you got the trophy for getting the Fury's son to help you kill it. So, in the sense, bros before hoes. Not misogynistic, just stupid.
So, my issue with that still is on, again, both sides. One, not getting the full information, but on the other hand, how many people look at the information on every single achievement that they get? So with that really poor timing, a lot of people, when the game was actually released, would jump to that conclusion, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it's not a lot of people. I'm not like the average player. I'm not going to get on for making that mistake. That is a valid mistake to make. But someone like Adam Sessler is in the position where people are hanging on what he says. He needs to do his research. He should have made sure that when he got on his soapbox, he should have had the facts with him. He should have said, because if he wanted to be angry about the achievement still, because even knowing how it gets, I'm still angry about it, but I'm not because I think it's misogynistic. I just think it's childish. It's stupid. It shouldn't have been there. They were trying to make a joke at a time when a joke wasn't needed.
Here's my thing, and judge it how you want, because I'm going off secondhand information, because number one, I don't have a PS3, and number two, I don't think I'd even play God of War anyway. But it wasn't just the fact that he was beating a Fury, which a Fury is not a spider-like thing, but, well, let's get on.
I'm just going by what it looked like. It had a bunch of, 8 arms or something, so I can call it spider-like.
It was the fact that it went overboard, where Kratos was essentially curb stomping the Fury's face into the ground repeatedly, over and over and over. And Adam Sessler had a problem at that point. If you actually watch his reaction, he had a problem at that point, because, I mean, the God of War series is graphic, but there seemed to be something different from that. And then that achievement came up. You're right. It was poor timing. That really wasn't what the achievement was about, but it came up at that moment as if to grind the end even further. I think that's what he had a problem with.
Now, see, I don't entirely, I can see how you could see that, but having played the God of War games, I have not played Ascension up to that point, so that might be the most brutal point in the game. But there's a point in God of War 3 where you grab Hermes and rip his legs off to get his sandals. So the game is graphic, and I don't think that seeing a woman's or a feminine creature's head being stomped repeatedly is the worst thing that's happened in the game. Hell, Helios got his entire head ripped off to be used as a lantern in God of War 3. I mean, in fact, I'd say God of War 3, having seen the way the Fury dies, I'd still say the kills in God of War 3 were a lot more graphic than that.
I really just think that,
like you said, it is very poor timing for that to pop up right there.
I think it really more falls on the developers and whatnot and the team that came up with all of this, because of the poor timing and just the childish behavior.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's what I wanted to bring up. Should we have the ability to turn these trophies off? Because I've seen this, and this is not the only game that does this. There's a lot of games that want to be taken seriously for their serious story, but they have these humorous things that pop up. Like the 360 allows you to turn off achievement notifications, which I like. If I'm playing a serious game, I don't want it showing me what achievements I get. I'll check later. But the PS3 never allows you to do that. People say, oh, if you don't like the trophies, you can turn them off. But that is not an option. And I want you to know, if you've told that to people, go check. You can't do it. So even if you don't want to see these trophy notifications, Sony is forcing you to.
I always had, and maybe this is just me, when it comes to achievements, when it comes to trophies or whatever, I want to be rewarded for the optional stuff more. So, I mean, okay, it's fine. I finished a chapter in something. If that's a major point, whatever. But they seem to go way overboard a lot of times with most of these trophies, with something that you have to do anyway. I would rather be rewarded for something that I had to go out of my way to do. And that's just me on achievement. So, I mean, I don't know what... Here's my thing, I guess what I'm saying, is there seems to be an over-reliance on, oh, we have to have achievements anymore. Let's reward players for something that for just playing the game, instead of let's reward players for going above and beyond. And that's why I want to have achievements. I don't want to get an achievement, oh, look, you beat Chapter 1. What I want is, oh, look, you got all the flags in Assassin's Creed 3. or Assassin's Creed 1 or whatever. You know,
Mhm.
that's what I want out of achievements. Not that I beat the first mission. I want achievements because I actually went out and did something.
Mhm.
And that's just my general problem with achievements, because this was something that you had to do anyway.
Yeah, I'm not entirely against milestone achievements because that's exactly what they are. They're to show someone else how far you got in the game, like an achievement to show you made it through chapter 1, not that because when they see it, otherwise they see a game and they don't know whether you have beaten it or not. So again, like I'm milestone achievements kind of serve a purpose that
Well,
I
then
don't think a lot of people
why
see.
why not have then why not have 4 milestone achievements? 25% through the game, 50% through the game, 75% through the game, and 100% through the game.
Not a bad
Because
idea.
Bulba, they need to appease people like me that are what I like to call achievement whores.
Speaking of, I actually wanted to bring this up because it was a bit of a more lighthearted thing. I think it's NBA 2K9 is one of the silliest games when it comes to achievements, not because of the names of the achievements, because you can pick up the game, put it in, play a single game, and you have every achievement in the game. It's like a 15-minute investment for 1,000 gamer score.
That's okay.
Well.
That's okay. Michael from Achievement Hunter got all the Minecraft achievements in 4 seconds.
How do you pull that one off?
Glitch, actually.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
This is a legit thing, though, Bulba, not
Yeah.
a glitch.
Yeah, but a glitch would be funny. I want to see this glitch in action, so link me to that later.
See, for me, it's when like I Netsu got Castle Crashers 2 Sundays ago. When he got it, you turn on the game and you go into the game. What's the first thing you get? Boom, Avatar Award. Just for turning on the fucking game, you got an Avatar Award.
Okay, that one makes a little more sense. An avatar award for turning on the game is fine. It's when you get an achievement for I believe it was the Simpsons Crazy Taxi ripoff gave you an achievement for hitting the start button on the menu. That is a gratuitous achievement that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Now, if say it was for hitting the start, it was a secret achievement and you got it for hitting the start button 57 times on the start menu, that would be, for The Simpsons at least, that would be funny. Because who in their right mind would get that achievement? You'd have to be sitting there with tinfoil on your head to block out the microwaves. Anyway, speaking of brain-addled, Black Ops 2 is here to, because we talk about microtransactions a lot and trying to draw the line between the good and the bad. And I don't like saying good things about Call of Duty or Activision in general, but they had a good idea here. Because this is a good microtransaction. This is, in fact, I'd say the best and possibly only real good microtransaction. Cosmetic stuff. Black Ops is getting this big update that will add cosmetic microtransaction items like gun skins and different uniform options and yada yada. If you want to look spiffy, give them a few dollars and they'll make you look spiffy. That's fine. That's perfectly good. And I'm hoping that if this really hits off, maybe they'll get rid of the thing that I think is the worst microtransaction, if you want to call it, to DLC, if you want to be nice about it, and that's the map pack. 3 maps is not worth $15, no matter how much fun you have on it. Because unless they can prove otherwise, I don't think they ever spend $3 or $15 worth of time making a map pack. They take a section from the campaign, turn it, like put invisible walls everywhere, and then pop it up and say, here you go, multiplayer map. I know, Halo is really bad for that one, because especially Halo 4. Halo 4 is a big shooting gallery, the campaign mode at least, is a big shooting gallery showing you all of the places you're going to be playing multiplayer in. Because that's the entire point of the story, is connect to these places, connect to the multiplayer maps with linear corridors. Go. And I've said my piece. I hate map packs.
I like map packs in a sense. Like, let's say it's something like okay, we're going to add a bunch of, but it's not, I guess it's not just a map pack, but if it goes like, we're going to add some specialty missions, like these 3 or 4 things of maps for multiplayer and like extra armor or extra armor skins or gun packs. When it's a combination thing that adds maps, I love that because it's great. The other way that I see it is that when it comes to buying map packs is, for example, I bought the Gears of War 3 season pass. They had, I think, 2 map packs in there, and they had 2 actual DLC packs that added stuff onto the game. When you buy a season pass, it usually equates to what is it? It equates to you only having to purchase 3 of those DLCs rather than 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I actually do.
in
I
a
really
way,
like
I'm
the
like,
season
hey,
pass way of going about things, because if it's a game you're going to buy the DLC for, then that's a good way to do it. Buy 2, get 1 free. They get the money up
Bioshock
front.
Infinite.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had a
Just about
cough.
every game with DLC now or that big thing like that comes with a season pass. And you're right on. If you combine things with map packs, they're kind of good. But the reason I dislike map packs isn't so much the cost or what it comes with; it's what it does to the multiplayer community. Because unless I've bought a season pass, like Gears of War 3, I got the first 2 map packs for, but I do not buy map packs in a game because I don't think they're worth the money I'm spending on them, which means that I'm being cut away from part of the community because they have different lobbies for people who have X, Y, and Z map points, or X and Z map points, or they just bought Y and yada yada. So they keep splitting every time they release a map pack. They're splitting up the multiplayer community, and it becomes more annoying to get a game because of it. I think Halo Reach was the last game I did that kind of well. I remember for a while at least, if you could enter into a lobby and it would put everyone together if it popped up a map that you had, and if it popped up a map you didn't have, I think it would kick you out. But that was the price you paid to be part of the bigger lobby.
I like the season pass idea because in a way, then if you get map packs, it's like, okay, it was the free one, whatever. But buying them individually, I don't think they're worthwhile.
No, not at all. But yes, I think that's where we're going to call it for the day. I've said my part, and judging by the silences, I think everyone else has said their part. If you like what we said, if you have a different opinion, give us a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. Say hi. We always enjoy saying hi. Hi.
Hi.
Ah,
All right. Play us out, Eddie.
but I don't have any awesome music right now because my CD freaking didn't come in the damn case.